over 15 years ago, when I first started to feel like some kind of success and some kind of wealth, I used to travel to Colombia and I used to stay in their kind of like the best hotels at the time, right? And they were classic hotels, and this is one of them. I remember coming here many years ago, and there's like a chain, like a few of them in the family that they run. And I used to stay at the Don Carlton, which was like that five-star hotel, and then I used to stay here and another few other ones that were very classic and old school. And today I came back to this one because I wanted to reflect back then when I started to make money and feel myself creating wealth and feeling like I was breaking the barrier of success. I used to come here and used to feel like, I made it, right? And now that I've been, many years later, now that I've seen success and I've also seen the fall, like going back to beginning again, I feel like, I need that fresh, renewed start, right? Even though there's money involved and when it comes to real estate and there's wealth in those areas, financially, I don't feel that rich, wealthy feeling, right? Because when you feel rich and wealthy, you can just pretty much buy what you like, when you like, travel when you please, and just kind of have more of that freedom. And I don't have that in my life right now. So I feel like my finances are tied always to something or to someone, If it's not the property tax, the insurance, the employees, my taking care of my dad, helping my brothers, taking care of my son, my ex-wife. It's just like it's always something consuming that money that you wake up each day and work for. So at this point in my life, I feel like I do all these things. I'm always busy, but it's not busy for me, right? It's like busy taking care of everything else. So you have to make time during this process when you start creating wealth and you start growing in your finances. You have to make time for yourself. And that's what these 2 3 days that I got away to come to Colombia is about. I took some time to myself to reflect back in the day how I used to feel. I came to visit my dentist this morning. I went to a spa. I had a massage, and I will have another massage tonight and another one tomorrow because she was that good. So, you have to make time for yourself. You have to reflect on yourself. And even though I'm in a moment of transition where I feel like my finances are challenged every single day, right? I know what it is to have debt. I'm not afraid of debt at all because I understand that as long as I can walk and work, I will always get out of debt because I know how to deal with debt and I know how to deal with making money. But because I want to make money the new way, like, creating systems and a process that actually, function whether I'm there or not, I'm in that process understanding that I have to figure things out. And that's what this is about. If you're a businessman who's in that process of trying to transition and how to transition, you're going to be stressed with everybody else's problem. You're going to be stressed with your own issues. You're going to be stressed financially and all these things. But one thing I know is that for me, when I'm stressed, I breathe and I know how to just handle stress in a way that I understand that things need to wait. I understand things can wait till tomorrow. I don't have to attend to everything today. I don't linger. I'm not slow, but I also don't jump, panic, worry, stress. I know how to manage things that in a way that no matter what's thrown at me, I'm going to deal with things one at a time, and I'm also going to deal with things in my pace. If you're feeling like the same thing that you struggle and things are being thrown at you, finances, you're kind of growing, but you have a lot of expenses, you're stuck in your business, you don't know how to get yourself free from the business, you're stuck in growing and you going through all those struggles, the first thing you need to do always is stay cool. You always need to stay balanced. I remember, just like a year ago, everything was coming down on me. 4 5 6 months ago, I was feeling the pressure of everything at once. I was watching my crypto portfolio, my stocks portfolio disappear as I kept taking money to pay my daily expenses and my monthly expenses. I was watching all that go down. Like like dropping every single month. I didn't have no money coming in. All the businesses were bleeding and I was hurting. But I stayed calm, I stayed focused, and I knew that the season and the storm will have to pass, especially because I am a man of faith. I know God is watching, and especially because I know as long as I have health, strength, I'm going to get up, I'm going to push forward. So during this time, the first thing you need to do is stay cool. You need to chill. You need to breathe. Everything can wait. Maintain everything at arm's length, like one vendor at a time, one payment at a time. Keep your family, balanced. Make sure your children are provided for. Make sure the woman of your life is provided for, your family, but keep your business, everything balanced in a way that you just attack one issue at a time. In the last year, in 2024, I got rid of about maybe about I want to say about 8 to 9 creditors. Like literally, like I had to pay little by little, and I got rid of them. In 2026, I had about starting the year maybe about 6 that I'm dealing with, right? And now I'm down to 2, and they're small, small. So this is how you deal with it, one at a time, one issue at a time, one problem at a time. Don't get yourself crazy. Don't get yourself stressed because if you're not in good condition, if you're sick, if you're stressed, if you're not functioning well, you know what? You're going to go deeper and deeper and deeper in the hole, and that's just not cool. And that's not good for you. And that's not good for your family. That's why you have to maintain. You have to maintain your strength. You have to maintain your mindset. Again, going back to my 5 pillars of faith in my last video, right? It's faith, right? My physical, right? Keep that physical going. Keep that mindset going, thinking right. And then I got my family, and then I got my business, right? Because if I'm good, if I'm strong, if I'm straight, right? My family's going to be fine, right? If I'm good, I'm strong, my business is going to be fine. You see what I'm saying? That's why those 5 pillars of success is important that you yourself build your own. So, it's important during this process as you're struggling in your business, how to transition from, your business not functioning, your employees not functioning, your job is not functioning. You could apply this on anything. You have to get control. You have to get your mind right, your your energy right, so that you can start attacking one issue, one problem at a time. You see, one issue, one problem at a time. No matter what, if you have family problems, attack one at a time. If you have business issues, attack one issue at a time. If you have health issues, attack one health issue at a time. Everything you must attack and you must take it on hands on, right? And face it because it is what it is. The reality is the reality, and you have to face the issues as they come. You cannot believe they're going to go away. You cannot pretend they're not there, right? The more you believe they're going to go away without doing anything about it, the more they're going to linger and build up, right? The more you pretend it's not there, the harder and more difficult it gets, right? So if a creditor calls me, you know what I say to them? Listen, I don't want to hear what you have to say. I know what I owe, right? And I'm going to deal with it one at a time. But you owe this. Yeah, that's right. And I'm going to pay whatever I can pay. $10, $20, $50. You know what? It's better than nothing. So you deal with one at a time with whatever amount you can deal with, right? You pay little by little, little by little. You keep pushing forward and pushing forward. And soon it will be a thing of the past, like it is for me right now. All those creditors are a thing of the past. You see? I know what I went through. I went through that hard time. But now I'm entering that stage where it's all starting to go away, and I'm starting to be put in that position of strength again, right? My family is going to feel the strength that I am walking in, right? My business is starting to feel the strength that I'm walking in. Why? Because I am focused, right? And if you in that stage, I'm telling you, stay focused. Deal with one issue at a time, one problem at a time, one person at a time. Don't let them put, you on their energy. you put them on yours, right? You switch the table. They're stressed, they're crazy, they're trying to make you feel no, 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 no. Just chill. You put them on your timetable. You put them on your plan, right? I had a customer call the other day, and this is a customer 4 or 5 months ago. I mean, this is 4 or 5 months ago. She's calling about that she's missing some kind of hardware for this door that she purchased. She's also talking about that she wants to do a return on some kind of a product and stuff like that. And she's all negative. And I said, hey, listen, excuse me, 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute. I'm not here to listen to all your problems. I'm here to help you solve an issue. What is your issue? Okay, I'm here to solve. I don't want to listen to all this stuff. I want to solve the problem. How can I help you? So she told me about the track, and I said to her, you know what's funny is because you got a track. I know it because I was part of making sure that you got what you needed to get. So if your contractor or whatever on the job site 4 months later you can't find it, don't tell me that we didn't give it to you, okay? Because we did. But this is what we're going to do. I'm going to call you back, and I'm going to call the vendor, find out how much a new track is, okay? And I'm going to sell it to you, a new track, okay? That's what we're going to do. The second thing is if you have something to return, you know what? As long as it's in 100% good condition, the way I gave it to you, you know what? We can discuss it. We can do like a store credit. Maybe you need something else. I'm here to solve a problem. You see? So she had to calm down. She realized that I'm in charge. She's not going to put me in her energy. She realized I'm in charge, and I'm going to figure things out, and I'm going to solve a problem. Now, if I had 10 people calling me like that, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to treat each one the same way. Each person is going to get put in their place. I'm going to put them on my energy, and I'm going to control the situation and do the best I can to help them and also help myself, right? If this is your issues with your family, if this is your issues with your business, your life, nothing's working out, your studies, whatever, deal with one issue at a time, one problem at a time, right? So I'm here reflecting back in the days when I first started to feel that goodness of what money felt like, right? Like back then, 15 years ago, this was a five-star hotel, right? That's what it was. Today, it's still considered a four-star hotel, right? But back then, it was a five-star, and I used to stay here, and I used to stay in the other ones, and it felt good. It felt really good. And during this process of transition, where I'm starting to feel the strength and the wealth again, you know what? I didn't cut myself short. I didn't start to feel less than what I really am, right? I stayed course, taking care of myself, treating myself well, everything in balance, right? I started to treat myself well. I kept treating myself well while I'm going through this process. And while I recognize that I know who I am and I know what I need to do, I know where I need to be, right? So if you're in that issues, you have those things going on in your life, man, just chill out. Just breathe, relax, hold your posture straight, be in control. Know that this is just a season and know that you're going to get through it. You know what I'm saying? Know that this season will pass. You're going to get through it. And guess what? You're going to come out on the other side and you're going to be good. So if that helps you, and I hope it does, I really hope it helps you because I know this is the truth of what I've lived. And it's not only like I lived it once. I've been through the crash, the real estate crash of 2008, and I lost everything. Well, not lost everything, right? I was under the water, like $1.5 million. I know what it's like to owe $1.5 million. That's crazy, right? And then I know what it's like to, after that crash, I came out on top. I know what it's built, how to build, you know, three times more of that, right? And then I know what it is to struggle again, right? So here I am getting out of that struggle again. But when I get out of this one, I'm going to be even higher on top. I'm going to be better off than I ever was. And that's the energy you need. You see, that's the attitude you need. You're going to be better off than you ever was. And that's what I'm talking about. So I hope it helps you. And this is me, Orlando Marrero, Studio 954. I'm here to help people become a better version of themselves. I'm here to help businesses transition from the old way of doing things, the brick and mortar way, to the new way of doing things, right? We need to establish our business, but we also need to put ourselves out there, whether it's YouTube or the other social media platforms, building your personal brand, let people know who you are, you know, share your story, share your successes, share your struggles. I'm here to be that bridge, right? To help you guys who are struggling, just like I am struggling to figure this out, to be able to sit down, turn on a camera, and talk to an audience, talk to people who maybe will connect. That's what I'm here to do, to share my story, to connect with you, and see if anything that I say, anything that I've been through helps you, because we're in the business of helping people, right? We're in the business of service. To be able to come here, sit here, and talk to you about how to deal with things when things get difficult, it's a service, right? And we're in the business of service. We're in the business of helping people. So I want to thank you once again for tuning in. I hope you subscribe. I hope that you follow my journey. I hope that as I'm going through my journey, you begin yours, and don't be afraid. Hit that record button, and just figure it out, because I'm still figuring it out. I'm figuring it out. I don't know what the heck I'm doing, but I'm doing it. And one of these days, I'm going to get so good at this. One of these days, these videos are going to look really good. They're going to sound great. The lighting is going to be amazing, right? I'm going to have amazing things to talk about because I've been through the process and I've learned and everything. And then I will one day see like a little plaque of YouTube, right? Right? Recognized. And then I would start getting some money in the mail, right? that would be nice. And then I could be like filming anywhere in the part of the world, right? And just kind of share the stories and, watch my businesses grow, whether I'm there or not, right? This is all a learning process, right? So one day it's all going to come to pass, and that's going to be a great day. And today is a great day because a journey has begun. So, all that being said, I wish you well. Thank you for listening, and I hope you got something out of it. God bless.